That's where you're wrong.
Well, this was an unexpected reveal at the Game Awards. Hey everybody, welcome back. As the title and intro suggest, I'm going to be talking about my overall thoughts on the most recent Tomb Raider reveal. Now, this is a franchise that I know little to nothing about outside of a couple things. I know that there was a set of movies with Angelina Jolie in the 2000s around the time I was born. I know they tried to reboot the franchise in movie form for a brief time that was a one-off, and also they tried to remake the set of games as well, which the remakes did sell somewhat decently, even if they weren't perfect. And I do believe I have all of the remake games, and there also is a Netflix TV show as well, which is halfway decent from what I've seen, but honestly, other than that, I really do not know much about the franchise because I never really got a chance to play some of the original games. And that might change because of this reveal. Now, honestly, as not really someone that's super knowledgeable, this reveal was actually surprisingly amazing because it does give us hope that there is going to be more when it comes to this franchise, because it's been in a state ever since the remake games where we don't know little to nothing of what's going on with it at all. So for us to get not only one, but two new game announcements for this said franchise on the same night was actually amazing, because not only are we getting a remake in 2026 with the day and age of remakes, but also a sequel game as well. Because the state of this franchise, from what I understand, has been very uneasy for a very long time, so this might actually drum up enough hype to actually push the franchise forward to make even more games. And looking at both trailers, it sets in stone that we might be getting more from this franchise going forward. The only people that seem to be complaining on the internet are the ones on Twitter on both sides of the aisle. You know which ones. And God, I hate them. But regardless of that, taking a look at both trailers, while one game is coming out in 2026, the next game is actually coming out in 2027. Remake focuses on Laura's first adventure, going against the idea of Atlantis having a water theme, while the sequel game actually focuses on the idea of like a desert. So it kind of has like an Egyptian desert theme that actually contrasts the water theme of the remake. So it kind of makes both games polar opposites in a lot of ways, and actually one is coming out before the other. And taking a look at both trailers, they're very distinct from one another. One has more actual gameplay and cinematics to some extent, while the other is just, oh, this is not actual gameplay, just cinematics, and this might not actually be in the game type of deal. But looking at the graphics in both trailers, it looks amazing. There was no frame rate drops, there's no issues. Both trailers look absolutely amazing for their distinct games, and the character model of Laura in both trailers looks absolutely amazing when it comes to her design in both trailers, but also the facial mocap. The actress they chose was incredibly fitting for the role of Lara Croft, and I just gotta say this without sounding like a perv, but she looks drop dead gorgeous. It looks amazing, and the outfit they have her in kind of homages her look from the original games and also adds on to it with elements from also the remakes. Like the green necklace, I think is an homage to the remakes. I'm not for certain, because I do see the same necklace in the Lara Croft TV show on Netflix, and I don't know what that is an homage to in her history, and I know that they kind of reference a lot from the actual remake games that they did, so I don't know if this is kind of an homage to those said games as well. And looking at some elements of the gameplay that we do see in the remake trailer, couldn't be any more different from Uncharted. While it has some similarities, obviously Tomb Raider came out before the Uncharted games, but the remakes of Tomb Raider tried to imitate the Uncharted games, and I do feel like this could be a perfect blend of what they learned from their own remakes and also what they can learn from their original classic adventure and what they could add on to that said gameplay. Because the older games show their age in a lot of ways, but at the same time, remakes always try to improve on the original game by adding more newer mechanics, but also tweaking what originally made that game so great as well. For better or worse, we've seen that in a lot of different remakes over the past couple years. This game would be no exception to that. Honestly, I do feel like they could learn from what they originally have done in the past and what they could add on to make the original classic adventure even more grand and even more amazing. And that's just the remake. Looking at the sequel trailer, we do get an idea of what they could be adding to Lara Croft's moveset with what she briefly does in the trailer and looking at her design itself. She's obviously going to be even more acrobatic than she originally was, but when you look at her design, she also has some sort of rift grapple, very similar to almost the Batman to some extent. And just like in the remake, she will have her iconic guns as well. Even though we don't really get a good idea of what's really going on in that said story, we do get some of the gist, but still. I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future of this franchise is as a bit of a newcomer to it. Has me excited enough to actually retry the original games as a first-time experience. And if there are any Tomb Raider fans in the comments, let me know if I should or shouldn't. But now, closing out the video of my first impressions on this reveal, I will say I'm incredibly excited, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What you want to see, what you agree with, and what you don't agree with. And make sure to like this video if you did enjoy, or if you didn't and it wasn't for you, change it to a dislike. It's perfectly fine. And if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button to be notified whether I upload, whether it's Devil May Cry, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, Darksiders, or any other content under the sun. I think the next video up will be my Resident Evil 9 trailer breakdown, I'm pretty sure. You guys have been waiting a while for that one, it's been taking me a bit. And some other videos as well, but have a good rest of your guys' night, morning, afternoon, or whatever it is for you in the world. Peace out, bye-bye.